Welcome to HortTube, where we talk all things gardening. My name is Jim Putnam, and this is an Obsession Nandina. This is Obsession Nandina, a beautiful, low-growing evergreen shrub with beautiful red new foliage during the growing season. Obsession can reach 3 to 4 feet in height and 3 to 4 feet in width and has a very, very dense growth habit. Like most Nandinas, Obsession can grow in zone 6 to 10. In zone 6A, I would definitely just use this as a foundation plant, not put it out in the wind in the wintertime. Like most dwarf Nandinas like Firepower or Harbor Dwarf, Obsession is extremely slow growing, which I think is absolutely fantastic because it means almost no maintenance. You definitely want at least a half a day sun on Nandinas. That's what keeps them the fullest and all the way to full sun. This is a plant that could absolutely sit out in the middle of a parking lot and cook and really not care. Obsession would make a fantastic foundation plant. Any line of these along a low foundation where you have your windows are 4 foot or lower, that red foliage is going to look fantastic year round. It also looked great mass planted if you could find a space where you could put 5 or 7 of these in and then put something with yellow foliage like gold mound spirea would stay smaller than these. That would look great together. It would also work well as a container plant in zones probably 8, 9, and 10. In zone 6 or 7, I think if the roots froze solid in the wintertime, it would end up damaged. Probably use this plant on a slope. It stays small enough if you need some erosion control on a slope. Nandinas are good for that. All the low growing ones are. The main features of Obsession is one, it's dwarf and extremely low maintenance, but the other is it gets this incredible red new foliage during the growing season. I happen to be shooting this when it's cold outside, but I put the tag back in the container. It's a patented plant in it. You can see the red new foliage on it. This was got amazing contrast between the new rich red foliage and the older green growth in the bottom of the plant. It's quite striking. In terms of planting Nandinas, I've linked videos below for planting them either in clay or in sandy soil. So just follow those instructions and you should be fine. Nandinas are typically just very, very tough plants. This one is pretty sturdy at the base. Some of the other varieties can be a little wimpy right where they enter the soil. And so you have to be careful sometimes the way you handle them. And even this one, I'd probably flip the container upside down to get it out of the container to not break it. I would put Nandinas in the very drought tolerant category. Once these are established, you just don't have to do a lot of ongoing watering. You see these on old abandoned farmhouses and things, not this variety, because this is a newer variety, but any of them, they're all pretty rugged that way. The first year though, you want to keep an eye on it, water it occasionally, stick your finger down near the base of it and see if it needs water, and then drown it if it does. Then let it dry out. That's really important with these to encourage them to root into the surrounding soil. The best color on this thing is on the new growth. So fertilize it in the spring with some fertilizer for acid-loving plants. That would be ideal. Any azalea, camellia, rhododendron fertilizer, something that lasts 3 months and then is done. We want these to kind of naturally go dormant like this one has. The growth, the newer growth has kind of ended on it and it's ready for the winter right now. We wouldn't want to fertilize these too late because if we had a lot of new growth on them here in early December, it would end up being damaged. You're almost never going to have to prune on these dwarf Nandinas like this. If you do, you can take, this one needs 2 cuts. I can take 3 inches out of it right now. It's very, very easy to prune. Almost never, maybe once every few years, you would have to get after these. That's one of the beauties of having this as a foundation plant, is there's just almost no maintenance on it. There really aren't any insect or disease problems to worry about on these. The one disease problem you could have is root rot, and in order to get that, you'd really have to plant this thing too deep and over mulch it and over water it. That would encourage that condition to happen. As long as you planted them high and dry and didn't over mulch them, I think you'll be fine with that. And these are pretty deer resistant. I never really see Nandinas being messed with by deer. So what are you waiting for? Even you can grow the low maintenance, beautiful red new foliaged Obsession Nandina. Thank you for watching my video, and if it was helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for future videos. Also comment below with any questions you have about foundation plants. Thanks again.